cooking over a hot stove is in the past.
Hot, moist, nutritious.
AirCore makes it delicious. Cooking for your family can be a breeze. Don't even have to be there and your mind's at ease. We've got pots and pans that'll save you time. Cook it up, serve it, not a chore. Walk away, cookware by AirCore. AirCore does the cooking while you walk away. AirCore does the cooking while you walk away.
Don't slave away in your kitchen day after day. Now you can make delicious home-cooked meals for your family every night of the week, and you don't even have to be there with AirCore, the walk-away cookware. It's the remarkable cookware that does the cooking for you. Simply throw all your ingredients into the AirCore self-cooker, even dried rice and frozen chicken without defrosting. Bring it to temperature, then turn off the heat and walk away. You'll come back to wonderfully cooked food every time. The secret is an insulating AirCore that keeps the pan hot enough to cook for hours without being on a stove. So you can safely sneak in 9 holes while AirCore bakes a luscious home-cooked lasagna. And while you're getting away for a little one-on-one quality time, AirCore's fussing with a succulent salmon with delicate herbed risotto. So if you have better things to do than slave in the kitchen, join Carol and Marilyn, the mommies, as they show you how to make home-cooked meals while you walk away with AirCore, the cookware that does the cooking for you.
Hey, anyone home?
I'm in here.
Marilyn,
Huh?
what are you doing?
I'm cooking.
No, you're not. You're being fondled by a really buff 6'6" Nordic guy.
Oh, Carol, meet Sven. Sven and I have been cooking all day. It's just been grueling.
I have seen you cook. This kitchen has not been cooked
Not
in.
only am I cooking right now, but I'm making dinner for the whole cul-de-sac.
Cooking where?
Over there, on the table, right there on the end, I've got a nice pot roast cooking with a little veggies. Oh, Sven just loves a good pot roast, don't you, Sven?
Oh, yeah.
When are you going to actually start the cooking part? See, generally, I like to cook my pot roast over on the stove.
Yeah, but if you do it that way, you can't leave the house. If you cook it right there on the table, you can run some errands and pick yourself up a Nord.
Just a hint, Marilyn. I know you're lost in the Nord and everything, but if you try to cook on the table, it won't cook.
Sven, take a break. Well, Carol, I have been cooking right here on this table for the past 3 hours. Shall we take a look?
Wait a minute. It's been here on this table for 3 hours, and it's still hot. Where are the cords?
No cords. I let the pan do the cooking while I ran errands and picked up Sven. Taste.
Oh, it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
What do you mean? You let the pan do the cooking. How's an ordinary pan stay hot enough to cook without being on the stove?
This is not an ordinary pan. This is AirCore, the walk-away cookware.
Wait a minute. What do you mean walk-away cookware? Where'd you get that walk-away cookware?
Well, the other night, I'd been running around all day, and then I chained myself to the stove and started slaving over dinner. Suddenly, I heard a voice on the TV.
Why slave away in the kitchen day after day? Now you can make fresh home-cooked meals every night of the week, and you don't even have to be there. With AirCore, the walk-away cookware that does the cooking for you. The secret is AirCore's dual wall construction. Between the inner wall and the outer wall, there is a layer of air. The AirCore that insulates like a thermos. This insulating AirCore traps the heat moisture inside and keeps your food hot enough to cook for hours, even after it comes off the stove. So everything is cooked to perfection while you walk away.
So it sort of works like a thermos bottle, except it actually cooks your food.
Right, but the really great thing is, since you're cooking without the direct heat of your stove, you don't have to stir it. You don't have to tend it. You don't even have to worry about it burning. It cooks everything perfectly without you even having to be there.
Oh, come on. How can anything do all that?
Let me show you. What are you cooking tonight?
I am making my very famous chicken and rice Mexicana.
Nice microwave, Carol. But why don't you make it from scratch? Let's see. What's in here?
Are you kidding? I am so busy. I haven't shaved my legs in 3 weeks. I am certainly not home long enough to cook real food.
But a really good mommy makes all her meals from scratch. With AirCore, you can do just that with no more time or trouble than it takes to make that microwave.
Oh, come on. Chicken and rice Mexicana faster than a microwave? You have been so suckered in.
I have not. I'll prove it to you. Put in the rice. Just dump that in. Okay. All right. Now the chicken.
This is disgusting.
You never remember to take anything out of the freezer anyway. So now let's just dump in a little water. Put in that salsa. And now we're done.
That's it. Dry, uncooked rice and frozen chicken. It's disgusting. Even I wouldn't have the nerve to serve that.
Yes, you would. Now, put on the see-through lid. Now, that seals it. Now, the metal lid, which creates an insulating air core on top. Now, we just get the pan hot inside, and after a few minutes, we just take it off the stove.
Marilyn, a few minutes on the stove is not long enough for dried rice and frozen chicken.
We only cook it for a few minutes. Then we turn off the heat, and AirCore does the rest of the cooking while we walk away. Cook it good, cook it fast. Slaving over a hot stove is in the past.
Hey, you little lounge lizard, back on over here, babe. How do I know when it's hot enough inside that I can take it off the stove?
See this little thermometer? Well, when the needle reaches the cooking zone, you just turn off the heat, and it stays at just the right cooking temperature until everything's done.
Even dried rice and frozen chicken.
Everything. While we walk away. Follow me, baby. That means you can cook the perfect lasagna.
That looks really good.
While you're taking the kids to ballet.
Looks good. Looks really good.
Or make more complicated dishes that you'd normally have to stir all the time, like this seafood Alfredo. Doesn't that look good? You can even double up and make completely different foods, like this delicious pineapple upside-down cake.
That looks good.
I made that at the same time that I baked these stuffed pork chops, all in the same pan.
AirCore cooked all of this food sitting on the table while you were out running errands and picking up Sven?
It's the cookware that does the cooking for you.
Oh, dried rice, frozen chicken special. Okay. It's in the cooking zone. Now what do I do?
Just turn down the heat, take it off the stove, and walk away.
And what do I do with it?
Just put it down anywhere and walk away.
Anywhere, and it's going to keep on cooking while I walk away?
Yes, anywhere.
Okay, Miss AirCore does the cooking for you. It's frozen chicken, so how about if I put it in the freezer? Going to keep on cooking?
You don't believe me, do you?
Chicken cooking in the freezer? I'm willing to stick around and see. Hey, now let me at the Nord.
I have 4 boys, and I have a very busy day. I have to help them with homework, do Little League. After Little League, we would eat at the snack shop, and I'm just feeding my kids food that's not good for them. Last Wednesday, I had 3 Little League games to attend. So I was thinking, what am I going to do for dinner? Because I know we weren't going to get home till late. And I tried this chili and cornbread recipe in AirCore, and I put in all my ingredients, including dry beans. And I also made cornbread. I put it all together, brought up the temperature to the temperature that it should be. Then I shut it off, and we all left the house. During Little League, I'm still thinking in the back of my mind, I hope that chili's going to be done when we get back home. We were gone for 3 hours. We walked through that door. You could smell chili throughout the whole house. Everything was done, and I thought the cornbread was going to be mushy or overcooked. It wasn't. It was very good. The chili was great. My kids were just like thrilled, and they asked for seconds. They really liked it. My husband did too. They didn't even know they were eating something good for them. I can feed my family a home-cooked meal, and I don't have to be there to cook it. I think that's great.
This is very cool. But if it stays hot in there for hours, how come things don't overcook?
Because you're not cooking on direct heat. When you cook it on the stove or in the oven, you cook it at a high heat, and things just keep getting hotter and hotter until eventually something's going to burn.
That's why you have to keep stirring it.
Right, but with AirCore, you don't have to stir it at all. When you bring it up to the right cooking temperature, you only get it hot enough to cook, not hot enough to burn.
Are you telling me you can't burn food with AirCore?
That's right. So even things with different cooking times cook perfectly together. Like this cake I cooked at the same time as I roasted this chicken.
Come on, Marilyn, you can't do that. A cake takes 25 minutes. A chicken that size is going to take at least an hour and a half. Something is going to be nasty.
Well, they've both been self-cooking for about 2 hours together in the same pan. Now, does that cake taste burnt or dry?
It's delicious. I could eat the whole thing without frosting. But that means that chicken in there is going to be raw.
Look at the meat thermometer. This chicken is completely done, all the way through. I'm telling you, with AirCore, it cooks with a moist heat so food can't dry out. Here, look at this chicken.
This is great for people like me who are always late getting home. It's foolproof. Even our dim friends could do this.
Hey, even our husbands could do this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my cooking abilities are probably 3. That's why the AirCore worked out for me. Shelley is a workaholic when it comes to the housework. So last Friday, I decided Shelley needed a day off. I'll do everything. The kids have practice, I'll do that. I decided I was gonna make a chicken and rice meal. I threw the rice, the water, the seasoning, the frozen chicken into the AirCore and brought it to temperature. Turned the burner off and let it cook. I go back, pick the boys up, drop them off with neighbors. It's 3 hours later, and a meal is ready, which includes a cake that I cooked on top while I was cooking the chicken and rice.
The meat was very tender, and it wasn't dry. The rice was cooked just right, and then we had the cake on top of it. So a special treat.
And I look like this wonderful husband because I've made this incredible meal. I've done all the errands, and I think she liked it.
I did like it. And he is a wonderful husband.
Remember, we put in the dry rice, frozen chicken breast, some water, a couple jars of salsa. We brought it to the right cooking temperature and then took it off the heat. And then, you little tauntaun, you tried to trick me by putting it in the freezer.
This I gotta see. I can't believe it's still hot. But is it cooked?
Of course it is. The chicken is cooked all the way through. Now try some rice.
Hot. It's delicious. It's really good. Perfect.
And it cooked to perfection where?
In the freezer. So I really can't just dump everything in the pan, get it hot, take it off the heat, and walk away. I don't have to stir it. I don't have to tend to it.
That's right. Foods can't overcook. Even if you put an instant cake mix in with a roast chicken and don't get back till 2 hours later, they're both moist and delicious.
And it stays hot for hours. So no matter how busy I am, and no matter how much running around I have to do, I can make delicious home-cooked meals every night of the week, and I don't have to be there. I could really get used to cooking like this. Oh, yeah. Right, then over to the right, baby.
Now you can make delicious home-cooked meals for your family every night of the week, and you don't even have to be there with AirCore, the walkaway cookware. It's the remarkable cookware that does the cooking for you. Simply throw all your ingredients into the AirCore self-cooker, even dried rice and frozen chicken, without defrosting. Bring it to temperature, then turn off the heat and walk away. The secret is AirCore's revolutionary dual lid and double wall construction that sandwiches a thermodynamic layer of air between 2 sheets of 1810 stainless steel. This thermodynamic AirCore traps heat and moisture inside the pan just like a thermos bottle, so you heat it for just minutes and it cooks for hours all by itself off the stove with no stirring, no tending. And unlike a regular pan, AirCore cooks without direct heat, so you can sneak in 9 holes while AirCore bakes a luscious home-cooked lasagna, hot, ready and waiting when you get home. And while you're getting away for a little one-on-one quality time, AirCore's fussing with a succulent salmon with delicate herb risotto for a romantic gourmet dinner for 2. Best of all, food stays at the ideal eating temperature for hours without reheating. So meals are hot and ready to eat no matter when your family gets home. Your AirCore walkaway cookware system includes the revolutionary 3-piece family-size self-cooker complete with look and cook glass cover and the thermo-seal stainless steel lid with built-in auto-cook thermo knob that tells you when your food is hot and ready to start self-cooking. Plus, acts as a trivet so you can serve right to the table. You also get the giant 5.5-litre Dutch oven, perfect for self-cooking all-day soups, hearty home-cooked stews, even family feasts like this mouth-watering leg of ham with sweet potatoes. But that's not all. You'll also get the 3-piece steamer grater plus system. Grate and slice cheese, meats and veggies directly into gourmet pastas or authentic Cajun gumbo. Or turn it over and make totally different meals all at once. Steamed lobster with green beans almondine in the top while you make macaroni and cheese for the kids in the bottom. Or use any standard 22-centimetre cake or pie pan to bake cakes so moist they don't need frosting. At the same time, you're self-cooking a family-sized roast chicken with tender vegetables, all while you play at the beach. You'll also receive 2 AirCore Stay Fresh resealable plastic lids, so storing leftovers is a breeze. You even get the Walkaway Meals in Minutes cookbook with dozens of gourmet walkaway recipes. AirCore is heirloom quality cookware backed by a 1-year warranty. This entire 15-piece imported cookware innovation can be yours for an amazing television-only special offer. But that's not all. By calling now, you'll also receive a pair of exclusive 4-in-1 AirCore convertibles that serve as mixing bowls, serving bowls, double boilers, and with their snap-on resealable lids, they become 2 additional storage containers. This remarkable 4-piece system is yours at no extra charge. But that's still not all. Call in the next 22 minutes and you'll also get this AirCore brand 25cm gourmet saute pan that transforms your AirCore into a complete set of 1810 stainless cookware. So now you've got a complete set of self-cooking appliances, a complete set of servingware, a complete set of storageware, plus a complete set of gourmet conventional cookware. That's 4 sets all in one. To get all these bonuses, call 133 now and order AirCore at the special television-only price. When you call, ask your consultant how you can receive this set of insulated AirCore cooking caddies so you can cook your favorite feast in the car on the way to the family picnic. Hot, delicious and ready to eat when you get there. Plus, find out how you can also get this ingenious personal kitchen to go. Start lunch in the morning and it cooks while you work for a hot, fresh-cooked meal ready when you are. So if you have better things to do than slave in the kitchen, get the cookware that does the cooking for you. AirCore, the walk-away cookware. Call 133 right now to order this entire 15-piece imported cookware innovation for the amazing television-only special price by calling Tell Him All on 133 right now. And don't forget, you'll also get the gourmet saute pan if you call in the next 21 minutes. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Call 133 now.
You know, I don't cook from scratch for my family. I like to save it for my large friends like yourself who appreciate it. But if AirCore is going to do the cooking for me, they just might get lucky again.
AirCore not only does the cooking for you, but here's the really cool part. It also keeps the food hot enough to serve for hours. So when Marcy comes home from school at 4 o'clock...
She's starving!
Yeah. She can have a really hot meal. And then you just close it up.
Okay, how about an hour later when Eric comes home from soccer?
He can have a hot meal too, and you don't have to get up or reheat.
And even later when the teenager comes out of that dark, stinky cave and he's finally ready to eat and criticize me?
Yes, though he may not deserve it. He, too, can enjoy a piping hot meal, and you don't have to reheat.
Well, I really like that I don't have to make 4 separate meals, and that I don't have to keep reheating dinner every 45 minutes. What else can you do?
Well, look, you can cook 2 meals at the same time, like lobster tails and green bean almondine for you and Lenny.
At the same time you're making macaroni and cheese for the kids.
You got it.
Finally, somebody got a clue. Dinner doesn't have to end in a big old fight and a bowl of cereal.
My first reaction was, I don't believe you can do everything in one pot and leave it sit there and it's going to cook by itself.
That goes against the rules. You don't put frozen chicken and dried rice into a pot together. I mean, you just don't do it. And I was able to do that.
Threw the spare ribs in, put the sauce on top, let it heat up, turned off the stove, took the pot off the burner, and then completely walked away.
Leave it set for 2 or 3 hours
And it cooks by itself. I went running for a half hour. Hiking, go to the beach, go to the park. So I got my exercise in for the day. I came home. My food was made. AirCore self-cooked my meal for me. I can feed my family a home-cooked meal, and I don't have to be there to cook it. I think that's great.
Richard, dinner's cooking in here. We'll be done at 6. Enjoy it. Love, Marilyn. Okay, now let's go shoe shopping.
Oh, I just remembered. I promised to make a dish for the potluck after the play.
Well, you could have Richard's. We'll take it with us.
Take it with us?
You know how I love accessories. Well, I got one of these little insulated cooking caddies. So you take the AirCore, you put it in, keep both lids on, and the heat stays in.
So our walk-away cookware can walk away with us.
That's right. This will be done by the time you're finished videotaping her pathetic little dance routine.
You look so bad.
I know how it feels when you're pregnant and you've got a little one running around and you're just tired. So I thought of my cousin Linda, who is pregnant right now, and she's got a toddler, so life is hard. So I made him a pot roast with AirCore. I browned the meat, my carrots, potatoes, parsley, canned tomatoes, beef broth, wine, put it all in there, got it up to temperature, turned the heat off, put it in the caddy, and then I got on the phone to a courier service. He got there, put it on the back of his motorcycle, and zoomed off to my cousin's house. I think it probably cooked a total of 2.5 hours before they finally got it and opened it, took the pan out, found that everything was piping hot, and they were ready to eat at that time, and it was ready too. They raved about the vegetables, they raved about the meat. They called and they told me. She said it was delicious, it was tender, and they loved it. So basically, I put a raw pot roast on the back of a motorcycle, and 2 hours later, when I got to my cousin's, it was cooked. They said, when are you gonna do this again for us?
Oh, hi, honey. Oh, I'm exhausted. Marilyn and I have been cooking all afternoon. I never want to slave over a hot stove again. Oh, now that's so sweet. We'll be fine. See you in a sec.
Don't you just hate cooking?
All the stirring and tending.
Or to say nothing about standing around waiting to make sure nothing burns.
Trapped, sweating in that hot kitchen all day.
Oh, I know.
Guess we better go check on the food.
Oh, I suppose you're right.
Looks good. Great, we have time to hit one more store. Boy, cooking is hard.
Now you can make delicious home-cooked meals for your family every night of the week, and you don't even have to be there with AirCore, the walkaway cookware. It's the remarkable cookware that does the cooking for you. Simply throw all your ingredients into the AirCore self-cooker, even dried rice and frozen chicken, without defrosting. Bring it to temperature, then turn off the heat and walk away. The secret is AirCore's revolutionary dual lid and double wall construction that sandwiches a thermodynamic layer of air between 2 sheets of 1810 stainless steel. This thermodynamic AirCore traps heat and moisture inside the pan just like a thermos bottle, so you heat it for just minutes and it cooks for hours all by itself off the stove with no stirring, no tending. And unlike a regular pan, AirCore cooks without direct heat, so you can sneak in 9 holes while AirCore bakes a luscious home-cooked lasagna, hot, ready and waiting when you get home. And while you're getting away for a little one-on-one quality time, AirCore's fussing with a succulent salmon with delicate herb risotto for a romantic gourmet dinner for 2. Best of all, food stays at the ideal eating temperature for hours without reheating. So meals are hot and ready to eat no matter when your family gets home. Your AirCore walkaway cookware system includes the revolutionary 3-piece family-size self-cooker complete with look and cook glass cover and the thermo-seal stainless steel lid with built-in auto-cook thermo knob that tells you when your food is hot and ready to start self-cooking. Plus, acts as a trivet so you can serve right to the table. You also get the giant 5.5-litre Dutch oven, perfect for self-cooking all-day soups, hearty home-cooked stews, even family feasts like this mouth-watering leg of ham with sweet potatoes. But that's not all. You'll also get the 3-piece Steamer Grater Plus system. Grate and slice cheese, meats and veggies directly into gourmet pastas or authentic Cajun gumbo. Or turn it over and make totally different meals all at once. Steamed lobster with green beans almondine in the top while you make macaroni and cheese for the kids in the bottom. Or use any standard 22-centimetre cake or pie pan to bake cakes so moist they don't need frosting. At the same time, you're self-cooking a family-sized roast chicken with tender vegetables, all while you play at the beach. You'll also receive 2 AirCore Stay Fresh resealable plastic lids, so storing leftovers is a breeze. You even get the Walkaway Meals in Minutes cookbook with dozens of gourmet walkaway recipes. AirCore is heirloom quality cookware backed by a 1-year warranty. This entire 15-piece imported cookware innovation can be yours for an amazing television-only special offer. But that's not all. By calling now, you'll also receive a pair of exclusive 4-in-1 AirCore convertibles that serve as mixing bowls, serving bowls, double boilers, and with their snap-on resealable lids, they become 2 additional storage containers. This remarkable 4-piece system is yours at no extra charge. But that's still not all. Call in the next 4 minutes and you'll also get this AirCore brand 25cm gourmet saute pan that transforms your AirCore into a complete set of 1810 stainless cookware. So now you've got a complete set of self-cooking appliances, a complete set of servingware, a complete set of storageware, plus a complete set of gourmet conventional cookware. That's 4 sets all in one. To get all these bonuses, call 133 222 now and order